What's up everyone, your boy Tapesh Kumar here and welcome back to another video on Boeing Boy. You might be wondering what this is. Well, I managed to break my left wrist from here. More about that probably in the next video, because today I have something very important to share with all of you, and that is, if you are looking to become a pilot in India in 2025, I'll be sharing with you guys, after a lot of research, all the possible ways that you can arrange funds this year or maybe next year on how to become a pilot. Let's get started. So without any further ado, let's get straight to the point. I know why you're here. You're looking for a scholarship because obviously becoming a pilot has become very expensive. Especially in the last couple of years, the costs have really skyrocketed, not just in India, everywhere across the world. And as a result, how do you get the funds? How do you arrange the money to become a pilot? I'm gonna break it down for you today. A lot of research went into this video, so if you guys think this video will be useful for you, I would appreciate a like, a comment on how it helped you out, and also a little subscribe. Okay, so first up we have the central government scholarships. So under the Ministry of Social Empowerment and Justice, scholarships are provided for CPL. From what data I could find online, they're providing scholarships up to 5,000 rupees per hour for your flying training, plus there are also scholarships for your type rating as well. So if you guys want to know more about that, I have put all the links in the description. You can check them out one by one. The central government scholarship is available for SC students as well as OBC students. So if you're SC or OBC, go for it. If you're general, Jai Mata Di. Some state governments also provide scholarships. However, unfortunately, online there is not a lot of information available. So I would recommend that you actually go and contact the state government and ask them in particular. Online information from state governments is very hazy and there is nothing really mentioned about CPL. Individually contacting a state government is the best idea, but again, I'm very sure those scholarships are only going to be people from either SC, ST or OBC. General candidates are not offered any scholarships anywhere by the government. Next up, we have the private scholarships. So there are a few private institutions which are providing scholarships to genuine deserving students who want to become pilots. And good thing with private scholarships is caste is not a bar. It is more of based on your academic performance as well as your socio-economic background. So the first one that we have is the JRD Tata Trust. Tata Trust has multiple schemes under which they also provide training for CPL. Their website mentions this. Link again is in the description. You guys can check them out, call them up, or probably send them an email, get more details on it. They do provide scholarships for CPL. Next up, we have the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. Now this is again a privately funded, I believe by Congress government, I don't know. It's a privately funded trust which supports people from various different backgrounds. Again, link is in the description. They do not have any concise and clear information for CPL on their website. However, from what I've heard and from what I've spoken to people, they do provide scholarships for CPL training. What I would recommend is getting in touch with them directly and asking them by calling them or mailing them. Last but absolutely not the least, and one of the very good options is Vinod Yadav Aviation Academy. So at the academy, we've been running the academy for about 8 years, and as an initiative of giving back to the community, we have a scholarship program wherein if you meet certain criteria, if you score more than 90% marks in your DGCA exams and a few other criteria, if you meet all of them, you will be sponsored for 50% of your flying training, and that will be done by VYAA. The training can be in India or it can be abroad. More details again in the description. I've also put the numbers of the academy in the description, so if you guys want more information there, you can check it out. You can contact us. This scholarship is available this year, 2025. It's also available for 2026. So get in touch. So these were the basic scholarship methods which are available. However, there are a few other ways by which you can go around arranging money for your CPL. The most common one and the most self-sufficient one, I feel, is actually working for it yourself. There are a lot of people that I personally know. I've seen them start as a cabin crew, then grow their career as a cabin crew, probably move to some abroad airline, earn money, and then do their CPL. This obviously takes a much longer time overall. You will not become a pilot at 18, 19 years of age. You will have to work hard. It is the tougher way out, but it is very much a possibility. What I would recommend here is that you join after your school or college aviation itself. Get a job in aviation, be it a cabin crew, ground staff, engineer, whichever department. Save yourself money, and then sometime down the line, sponsor yourself, sponsor your own training, very much a possibility. There are I wouldn't say thousands, but there are hundreds of people who have actually done it and who are today successfully flying as pilots, and they did it themselves. And probably I think that's the best feeling. You prove yourself, you do it yourself, and then you become a pilot. And then at the end of the day, you can say, "Ki, I did it on my own." If your family is supporting you, then there's one more way to go about it, and that is education loans. A number of banks as well as NBFCs provide education loans. I know a few. State Bank of India does provide, Syndicate Bank, and I believe a few state banks as well are also providing up to 100% loan, education loan for CPL training. Now here there are a few riders, because obviously you will have to show a collateral. So you'll have to show something to the bank, such as a property, a house, or probably gold, or basically something whose value is more than the loan amount. Once you do that, the bank will give you an education loan. The advantage of education loans is that the principal amount payment starts later down the line. You have to deal with the bank, you have to crack a deal with them, and decide on how much time later does the principal amount start. It can be up to 2 years, 3 years, even 4 years. Depends on what deal you can crack with the bank. If you can manage that, and if your family is supporting you, education loans are also a good way to go. However, personally, I would not recommend that you take 100% education loan, because tomorrow the interest and the principal amount, the deductions, the EMI monthly would be quite a lot. And God forbid, if you don't get a job tomorrow, then you will be in some soup, because you will have to pay the bank EMIs. So what I personally recommend is usually about 50% of loan amount is, I think, a decent amount. That is not too much, but it will surely help you on your journey. And the last, and also a very logical way and an absolutely free way to become a pilot, is obviously to join the armed forces. You can join the Air Force, you can join Army, and then eventually join Army Aviation. And if you do that, obviously all of your training is sponsored by the government. This obviously is not a sure shot way, because if you give AFCAT or if you clear NDA, there's no guarantee that you will be given a flying job. However, it's always worth a try. If you have literally nothing else left, this is probably the only way that you have. And armed forces life is great. I personally find it to be a very good option. If you can crack that NDA or that AFCAT exam, go for it. Go fly in the Air Force, finish your tenure, and then at the end of that tenure, you can always come back to civil aviation. The airlines will very happily hire you, probably even directly as a captain, and you can just start your training in civil aviation without paying a single penny. So one of the best possible ways to go about it. And lastly, probably the best way is be born in a rich family. Nothing beats that. Just have your parents throw money and you can do whatever you want. But I'm just kidding. These were the ways by which you can arrange funds in 2025 and 2026 to become pilots. I hope this video helps you out in some way or the other. If it did, drop in a thumbs up and drop in a comment on if you know some other ways which I might have missed out. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.